Bay.
And my name is John Cogan, and welcome to the Strake Jesuit baseball game here. The Strake Jesuit Crusaders versus George Ranch. And Eli, how are you today?
I'm doing great. What about you, John?
I'm doing good too. I'm excited for this game.
Absolutely. What are your predictions so far for this day?
I mean, so far, I'm liking how Strake Jesuit season's going. I'm hoping they're going to get a win. But George Ranch, going to be a tough opponent. We're going to have to see how this game plays out to fully see the true outcome of this game.
Absolutely. Right now, you can see that they're warming up. This is a beautiful day for baseball, isn't it? Nice clear skies, some clouds down the...
Yeah, start of spring. Everything's starting to get some color back.
We got daylight savings. We have sun all game. That's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Instead of getting black at 7.
Exactly. Nice bright game. Always welcome.
Absolutely.
So far, all the players getting nice and warmed up. Ready to start the top of the first inning.
It'll be George Ranch first at bat.
Yep.
They'll be starting their first pitcher their first batter up will be Lewis, number 8, followed by Beller, number 23, and Morden, number 1.
Leading off for the Longhorns, number 8.
So now here comes Lewis, the leadoff hitter for George
Lewis.
Ranch.
Left fielder.
Stepping into the right batter's box. And here comes the first pitch. And that is low for a ball.
1-0 count. Always love to bet that. Here's the second pitch.
Holds up his swing, and that'll be ball 2. Oh, sorry. It's actually 1-1. Missed the first strike. That ball is
That's the
a little bit outside for ball 2.
2-1 count now. Sin here. Nice and pretty.
Holds up his swing again. Gets it to a 3-1 count. Leadoff hitter Lewis.
Might be walking here soon.
Yeah, posing the threat of a walk. The pitch. Swing and either a foul tip or off the catcher.
Regardless, that's a strike, and now we have a 3-2 count.
Full count now.
The result, someone new is batting after this.
The pitch. Strike 3. Swing and a miss.
First half for Jesuit. Great start.
Love to see it.
Batters, first base, 20. Heller.
Now, Beeler. Here stepping into the right batter's box. 1 out here early in the first inning.
26 pitches in.
The windup. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Love to start that as a pitcher.
Yeah,
Gives you a bit of leeway.
Yeah.
And
Nice
some-
advantage here.
maybe off-target balls from here, but you have some cushion now. The windup. The pitch.
And that will also be a strike.
Down the middle.
Early 0-2 count here.
Here's second strikeout of the day here.
The pitch. High. Makes it a 1-2 count. Pitcher getting set. Taking his time. Wind up. Pitch. Popped up.
Fly
Down
ball.
to right field, and that'll be caught. For out number 2, his right fielder's hat came off. Stayed with it.
Second out.
Came through with a nice and easy can of corn. And now here comes the
Shortstop, number 1.
shortstop, Morton. Third right-hander of the inning.
That was Ashenbell that made that catch there in the right field.
Here comes the pitch. That will be strike 1 on the outside. Liking what I'm seeing from this pitcher here early on, getting some early advantages.
Absolutely.
Swing and a miss there. Nice breaking pitch.
Second 0-2 count of the day so far.
Looking to get a 1-2-3 inning here for Jesuit. Morton calls time and gets back in the box. The pitch. High and outside for ball one.
That's a 1-2 count. He has some leeway here in case he wants to try and goad him into swinging at something he shouldn't. The pitch.
Thought about going, but held up.
Smart move by Morton.
2-2 count now. Everyone getting ready. The windup and the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. He bobbled it, and that will be an error as ground ball to shortstop, in and out of the glove, and that will be the first base runner of the game. So now Barton up after the error at shortstop. Man at first, 2 outs.
Just need to get one catch, a couple strikes, and go back to batting from here.
Here comes the pitch. Outside for ball one. Making sure to keep his eye on the first baseman. Trying to maybe attempt a pickoff if
Tries to
see
steal.
something he doesn't like. 1-0 count. The pitch. Outside again for ball two. Shortening up his windup. Trying to get everything moving and shaking.
Deliberating between the pitcher and catcher.
Tries for the pickoff. Unsuccessful.
Worst
So
thing
now-
you'd want to do is walk him here.
Yeah.
Get a guy on first and second. A good double play. Get the guy home from there.
2-0 pitch. The windup. And that is a strike. 2-1.
That was down the middle. When you have 2-0 count there as the batter, you can wait a bit. You can choose which ones you want to swing at.
Yeah, be nice and patient in an advantage count like this. Here comes the pickoff move.
Morton's doing a good job at getting back,
Yeah.
not getting out early.
Try to fake him out with a leg kick. Unsuccessful, though. So now 2-1, 2 out. Man at first. Here comes the pitch. That will be a strike on the outside. Evens out the count at 2-2. So now 2 strikes, 2 outs, man at first, with number 2 at the plate.
One more strike at end the inning, or in the top of the inning so far. I still got the second half of it to play, but
Man goes, swing and a miss. So they avoid the steal. And although they don't go 1-2-3, the Jesuit Crusaders come through. And now we head to the bottom of the first inning.
Leading off for the Crusaders.
And welcome
fielder,
back. The Crusaders
Silas Newport.
here to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Right now it is Silas Newport, number 2, sorry. Here to bat, lead off for the Crusaders.
Ian Bailey as the pitcher here. This would be huge if the Crusaders are able to get something early.
Here comes the pitch, and that is going to be a ball that is high. Oh no, it will be a ball. Left-handed hitter leading off. The kick and the pitch. Outside high for ball 2. Advantage count early here for Newport.
Absolutely. This is where you like to wait, see if there's something down the middle that you can hit a line drive off of.
Here comes the pitch. That will be a strike. So 2-1 count now. Newport still in the driver's seat. The pitch. Running inside for ball 3. 3-1 count now.
Absolutely. George Ranch runs a quick pitch. Don't take that much time deliberating and just throwing heat.
And that ball will be high. So leadoff walk here for the Crusaders. Now,
Next up, Jesuit
here
right
comes number
fielder.
12, Ashton Bell.
12, Ashton Bell. 12.
So now man at first. No outs.
What would you do here, John, if you're Bell? Do you swing early, or would you...
I think you take your time, hopefully draw a walk, and then get someone in scoring position, and then that's when you start swinging. Also depends on what the pitcher's going to be throwing to you here.
Absolutely.
The pitch is way past the catcher. Newport's going to get to second, and the pass ball gets Jesuit in scoring position very early. So now 1-0 count, man at second, and Jesuit has an early opportunity to strike first.
That's a disastrous play for George Rance there. You need to...
Yeah.
Letting a guy get a base like that, not a good sign early for them.
Very shaky start here for George Ranch. See if they can recover. Wary of the runner at second. Here comes the pitch. That will be low for ball 2.
2-0 count here. Same situation as Silas Newport was in.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can wait, try and see if you can get a ground ball and get a single to get a guy on first and third.
2-0 count.
Checking back at the base.
Outside again. 3-0.
This would be great for the Crusaders if they can get 2 guys on base without having to have an out yet. Yes, great scoring position.
So now 3-0 count. Man at second. Here comes the pitch. That's outside. So 2 straight walks here for
Bell
straight
reaches
Jesuit. And now up comes number 3, Joe Malloy,
now batting the shortstop.
as there's a little bit of a
Number 3,
mound
Joe
visit here.
Malloy.
as
Number 3.
trying to make sure their pitcher.
Make sure they're all on the same page here and know what their game plan is going to be. It would be a great opportunity for Joe Malloy. He played shortstop and unfortunately had an error and let the guy on base. And so this would be a great opportunity for him to redeem himself and get himself on base this time around.
Yeah, definitely make up for that early error with an early run. So now Malloy, number 3, stepping into the box. Runner at first and second. No outs. And here comes the pitch. Bailey stepping off, making sure he's all set to go.
Checking his bases.
The pitch, inside and high for ball 1. Very cautious of the runner at second, applying a lot of pressure.
Absolutely. That's how you get in a pitcher's head is if you get them to keep looking back, not solely focused on the pitch. That's how you get 2 walks.
That ball will be called a strike. So now 1-1 count. Malloy. Runners at first and second still. Bailey trying to get out of a jam with no outs. Looking back at the runner at second. The pitch will be low and away. So now 2-1 count. Jesuit staying calm and collective with some of these wild pitches. Making sure not to swing at anything too crazy. 2-1 count. The pitch. Smack the other way for a base hit. Newport around third. He's going to try and score. The throw home is close, and he will be out. The throw from right field got him.
That was a big hit there. That was a great hit as well by Joe Malloy. But the right fielder out there able to make the big play. Catcher got in right position, but now it's 1 out. Guy on first and second. And we have Logan Lorenz, the
pitcher.
Yeah.
The catcher being checked up on by his coach. There was a little bit of a collision there at home.
That's how you gotta stay safe here. This is not a place to get injured.
Yeah, Newport collided with the catcher running home. Great throw from right field. Got him out. But now they're just checking up to see if he's okay.
So what would you do here if you're sitting here in Logan Lorenz's spot? Would you try and would you swing for it, or would you, play it nice and safe now that there's an out on the board?
I think you play it nice and safe. You don't want to ground into a double play very fast. And also, you saw that you can get a hit against this guy. Hopefully drive in a run this time. So now runs at first and second. 1 out. The pitch. Hit the opposite direction, but fouled off.
That's a strike there.
0-1 count now.
Yeah, if you're Lorenz here, you don't want to... Yeah, like you said, you don't want to get a double play. You don't want to waste this great scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
Hopefully what you want to do is get on base, try and maybe get bases loaded or get a run in here. And get Jesuit in a good position to win it. Inning by inning.
Making sure the runner at second staying in his place. Ball got away from the catcher, but he blocked it. And so nothing goes wrong for George Ranch, but the count evens out at 1-1. Lorenz, left-handed hitter, and also starting this game.
Great play by the catcher there to make sure runner on second couldn't get all the way to third.
Here comes the pitch. Low again. Another good block by the catcher. So far, this catcher making some big plays.
Absolutely. You always need a good catcher on your team, or else it'll all fall apart quickly. Seen fumbled balls or bad throws, and suddenly you're down 6-0. I've seen it happen before.
The pitch. And Lorenz goes around, try to check his swing, but he went. It's now 2-2. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Bailey pitch away from getting out of this tough jam.
You gotta hate when that happens. You realize it too late. Cut your swing too late. They're already over base.
The pitch. And it runs back inside. A gray bender there for strike 3. First strikeout for George Ranch. And now there's 2 outs.
That's huge for Bailey there, getting back in your head, having 2 walks and a hit off of you. That's never good for a pitcher, but getting a strikeout right after that, that's how you get him back in the game and get in a great position.
So now here comes number 25, Nico Broyles, excuse me. And he's looking to finally get the run across. So far, we've had 2 walks, a hit, a throw at home, and a strikeout. Let's see if Jesuit can finally get on the board.
Don't want to waste this opportunity here that's been given with the first couple at bat.
Oh, and that runs inside. And that'll be a ball. I can't tell if it hit him or not, but it looks like everything is fine.
First I thought it did, but from this position, the umpire is blocking the view, so ran right before him. Just grazed the front of his shirt.
Oh, and that ball almost gets away again. Catcher stepping up yet again with a nice block.
Catcher and pitcher communicating, getting on the same page. Always important. 2-0 count.
2-0 count, 2 outs. Runner at second and first. Here comes the pitch by Bailey. Checking back at the runner at second. That will be called a ball. So now 3-0 count.
This is a tough position for him. You're either going to have to get him hit a fly out, or you're going to have to throw 3 straight strikes to avoid getting bases loaded here.
So now 3-0 count. Runs at first and second. The pitch is down the middle for a strike. So now 3-1.
Absolutely, Nico Boyles there. I mean, he saw that he might be able to hit it, but at 3-0 count, don't swing at what you don't think he can hit. Just stay safe and wait for the best pitch you can to get on base.
Especially here with runners in scoring position.
Don't want to waste the opportunity. Not a time to be risky.
Ball fouled off.
That'll be the second strike. 3-2 count. 2 out. Hate to be in this position as a batter.
Yeah, full count now. 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. And Bailey an out away from getting out of a very tough jam. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Absolutely. This would be huge for Bailey. Couple disastrous at-bats early, but might be able to salvage this and keep the scoreboard even.
The pitch. And that will be called for strike 3. George Ranch gets out of a tough jam, and the score remains all tied up at 0. And we will be right back for the top of the second inning.
Welcome back.
Here for the top of the second inning, leading off is number 19 for George Ranch, Belitz, left-handed hitter. And the pitch. And that runs in and will hit him.
That's a tough spot.
So we start the second inning off with a hit by pitch. And now here comes number 9, Byers. for George Ranch. The catcher made some great plays in the bottom of the first inning, stopping runs from getting across.
Byers is the...
Here comes the pitch showing bunt, and he does get it down. Let's see what happens. The throw to first is in time, but the runner advances to second, and now George Ranch has an opportunity to score.
That was a selfless play there. Take the out and get a guy on second. Love that. Pitcher has to check back, as we were seeing during Jesuit's time at bat.
Yeah, so now here comes number 18, Collier. Here, another left-handed batter. Looking to get the first run across of the game. Lorenz checking back at second. The pitch outside for ball one. Making sure runner doesn't pull any funny business with the 1-0 count.
No shenanigans here.
No shenanigans here in this part.
Not on my second base.
Here comes the pitch. And that will be called a strike. It's now 1-1 with one out. Runner at second. Lorenz.
Love to get a second out here. Make it much easier to get out of the outfield and get back the batter's box.
Here comes the pitch. Outside yet again, and that will be ball two. It's a 2-1 count now.
What do you do here if you're the batter, do you think?
I'm going to
Play it safe or swing
think,
for the fences?
Yeah, I think you swing for the fences here. Gotta get that run across. So far, we've seen some excellent defense by both teams. Runs are going to be hard to come by. And the pickoff move at second is going to be unsuccessful. So now, Lorenz
Getting back in that mental state, ready to pitch, ready to get that strike. Well, Collier's just been waiting here, ready for the bat.
The pitch is smoked to right field, but that'll be caught. The tag at second. He thought about it, but then he went back to second base. So they avoid the advancement. And now 2 outs here for Jesuit. And now here comes Argo, number 10 for George Ranch.
Violets is still sitting on second. I feel like that's a good opportunity to run to third. That might be a costly mistake here if they aren't able to get a double anytime soon.
Yeah, what do you think about them playing it safe there? Do you think you could have gone to third?
I think early in the game, I think you go for third, try and push it. It was right field, so it'd be a tough throw to get it all the way over there. But I'm not the coach.
So now here comes the pitch. That will be a ball. So now 1-0, 2 outs, runner at second. Runner leading off.
I think here you have to play it safer with 2 outs. You can't risk a bunt.
That ball is a little bit low for ball two.
You saw that strategy earlier at the second at-bat, where they bunt it quick, take the out, but get a guy further up on base.
Yeah, it was a good strategy, but let's see if it's going to pay off.
It could work out now if he had run to third, but fortunately with him at second, that lowers their options.
Here comes the pitch. Fouled back. And now it's 2-1.
God, there was a net there for a second. Got concerned.
I was about to say duck.
Then Clusen behind a nice glass window. But
I don't know if that's the safest spot for a baseball. 2-1. Lorenz with a runner in a scoring position with 2 outs. The kick and the pitch. outside, but blocked by the catcher. So now it's 3-1.
Saved a disastrous play there. Royals did. We have Boyles at catcher and Lorenz at pitcher. In case anyone can't see the numbers behind the giant back plates in there.
So now here comes the pitch. 3-1 count. Fouled high back.
And
And
into the
that'll
football
make it-
stadium.
And now a full count here. Pitch away into the bottom of the second.
Here's
Right.
where the mental games come in. Do you throw a ball thinking that they're gonna swing for anything, or do you throw a strike thinking they'll not hit the ball? It's a bunch of
It's a guessing
reverse
game.
psychology, yeah. Like that one scene in Princess Bride.
The pitch inside, and that will be a walk. So
And
now,
he chose the ball, thinking he'll swing for anything option.
Next up, second baseman number 16.
so now here comes number 16, Robbins. Man at first and second. 2 outs. Right-handed hitter. Here to face the left-handed pitcher. Still checking on the runner at second.
No funny business.
The pitch is a little bit outside, and that'll be ball 1.
Right here, Lorenz wants to get as many strikes on the board as he can early in the bats to try and get himself out of this 2-runner jam.
The pitch. He checked his swing. It looks like he went around, and that makes it a 1-1 count. Robbins, number 16, looking to get us our first run of the game. The pitch. Fouled back. And now 1-2.
That's exactly what Lorenz wanted. Get some strikes in there. You know, maybe you can throw a ball or two and try and get him to swing for something he shouldn't.
Yeah, definitely in the driver's seat here, especially with 2 outs. Lorenz.
Has to be cautious of the 2 men on base. Both itching to get home.
Here comes the pitch. Running inside, and that'll be ball 2. Almost hit him again.
That'd be awkward.
Don't want to start some bad blood here. So now, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runners at second and first. The pitch. Popped up high to right field, running in on it, and foul ground. He makes the catch.
They're all in the inning. Great play by him. Second time he's lost his hat today.
Yeah, second time he's lost his hat, but both times they've resulted in outs. So we will head to the bottom of the second inning.
Bye-bye. And welcome back.
Here to lead off this bottom of the second inning, here comes Luke Loving, number 9, left-handed hitter. Bailey back in action. That will be a strike. A very nasty slider there.
What a great pitch, hit the top corner. Remember, Bailey's coming off a really tough inning there. 2 walks, strikeout. No, not strikeout. Well, he has a strikeout, but his first 3 bats of the game were walk, hit. Thankfully, he got himself out of the jam, but he doesn't want to get himself back there.
After a missed pitch, it's 1-1, and now here comes the next pitch. Pitching with efficiency here, but it's 1-2 count. Bailey going strong so far after getting out of that jam in the first inning. The pitch. Tries to hit him again with the slider, but it doesn't work this time, as that'll be a
2-2 count.
2-2 count.
He'd be aware of a inside, little down low.
Pitch. Smack the other way, and a diving attempt at a catch will not work. Loving thought about heading to second, but he held up at first.
What a great head. That was barely inside the line, but
yeah, and it was almost caught. Yeah, luckily it came off the bat fast enough, and that'll be the second hit for the Crusaders. And now a man at first here for number 11, David Riume.
yeah, unfortunately that was number 10 Argo who went for that catch, but wasn't able to get it quite in time.
Now man at first, no outs. Here comes the pitch by Bailey. Looking back at the runner at first.
Staying nice and safe.
Making sure there's no shenanigans on our part as well. It picks off and it will not work. So now, still 0-0 count. Here comes the pitch. That ball will be a little bit low, and there will be a 1-0 count.
Absolutely. Here, this is David's first time up at bat. David Rome. And so
the pitch drops a little bit, and that will be ball 2. Man at first, no outs, 2-0 count. Bailey steps off the mound, looks back at the runner at first.
getting himself set to try and recover from a 2-0 start. 2-0 count.
Here comes the pitch. Fouled back. And now it's 2-1.
That's how you recover. We saw that with Loren's last at bat. I'll say he had bit few too many balls to start.
That ball gets away from the catcher, but he recovers. They try to throw him out at first, but he gets back in time.
That could have been dangerous there. That was a quick ball thrown there by Byers. Now it's a 3-1 count. This would not be great if he walks him and gets a fair on second and first. That's prime scoring position for Jesuit once again.
That ball will be low, and that'll be another walk. So now runners at first and second now. Here for Jack Weitlinger.
Yep, Weitlinger. Pronounce it all on her own.
Left-handed hitter. With runners at first and second.
Prime scoring position here. Bailey does not want to give up a run this early in the game.
Here comes the pitch. Showing bunt, but then he pulls back. And now will be a 1-0 count.
I would watch the bunt here if they bunt and try and get a guy on third or a guy on second. Even maybe letting up a double play just to get a guy on third will be huge for Jesuit. Just depends on which strategy they'd like to employ here.
Here comes the pitch, showing bunt again. Pulls away, ball gets past the catcher. And now the runners advance 90 feet. And there will be runners at second and third now. The pressure intensifies here for Bailey. Is now one base hit. It'll be a 2-run lead.
Can't really go for the bunt now, because if you catch it before the pitcher's mound, you can quickly get back to home and stop him from coming home. Here, though, just a little ground ball to shortstop will probably get a guy on third and get a guy home. Get a run in the bag.
Calls time. Gets set.
No pitch clock, I don't believe, in high school sports.
Nope.
So, can make sure you're all mentally ready to pitch every time you're going for it.
Here comes the pitch. That will be a strike. So now 2-1.
That was a nice fastball down the middle. Every pitcher has a couple good pitches that they sure about that they'll break out anytime they need to get their head back in it. Right there. This would be huge for them if they can.
The pitch. Hit up the middle to center. That'll be caught. The tag from third will be successful, and Jesuit gets on the board first with a 1-run lead. The sac fly there by Wegletner comes through strong.
Absolutely, that's huge. David Rime thought about running to third, but he decided to play it safe, and I think that's smart there. You don't want to risk too many outs this early. Fortunately, it was caught, so now it's a 1-out game, but with 1 run, you consider this inning a success already.
Yeah. So now here comes Mikhail Holefield. Here with a runner at second and 1 out. Showing bunt. Pulls back, and it'll be a 1-0 count.
I've heard of batters who will show bunt even before the pitch goes, just to get in the pitcher's head right as they throw it. So that way they don't have time to adjust, right as they wind up. Move your hand up there.
Yeah, definitely want to get any sort of advantage you could possibly get. Here comes the pitch, and that will be called a strike, so now 1-1.
Like I said, nice fastball down the middle. That seems to be his reset pitch to make sure you don't let up too much. Great effort by the center fielder on the previous at-bat to go and hound that down.
Showing bunt again, pulls back again, and it's now 2-1. Yeah, great tracking by the center fielder, not allowing a base hit to possibly allow more runs.
From this angle, it looked like he only went sideways, but he really went up, honestly, to the arm of the crossover there, going right.
Yeah.
That was a deep run.
Here comes the pitch. And that will be called a strike to even out the count. It is now 2-2.
This would be huge if Bailey can minimize the damage done, get a strikeout here, and try and get the guy out as quick as possible and not let the guy on second, score.
So now here comes the pitch. A little bit high. He tried to check his swing, and he went around. So that will be a strikeout. We head back to the top of the order with Newport. He had a walk in his first at bat.
Silas Newport, number 2.
So runner at second, 2 outs. And the leadoff batter looking to get the run across. Bailey looking back at second. The windup in the pitch. And that ball gets past the catcher yet again. And the runner from second heads to third.
Bounced him between his legs and would have gone to the stands if the net wasn't there.
That's the third pass ball George Ranch has had tonight. It has not been their night so far.
Absolutely not. Byers has been pretty good at saving those, but fortunately this one just slipped by him, and now Jesuit's in great scoring position for just a single here. What's important is now that you have 2 outs, you can't walk or you can't bunt to risk the batter getting out, but the guy on third getting home. You need to make sure the batter stays safe while the runner gets all the way there.
So after a low pitch, the count goes up to 2-0, and that ball runs inside, and it's now 3-0 count. 2 outs, runner at third. Newport looking to draw a second walk of the game. Here comes the pitch. That will be a strike, so now 3-1.
That's a big save at 3-0 count. You don't want to let a guy walk and have 2 guys on base, even if he's on first. That lets up opportunity for a whole nother round of base moving and run scoring.
The pitch fouled back, and the count is now full. 3-2 now with 2 outs. Runner at third.
Not a stressful situation at all.
Alrighty. Here we go. Bailey with the payoff pitch.
Newport this second at-bat. Second time on the deck, and see if he can get something out of it.
That ball smacked into the gap. If that gets down, that's a run, and it will be. It rolls to the wall. Newport heading to second. They're waving him to third. They're waving him around. Oh no, he stops at third. And a triple there gives Jesuit a 2-run lead.
Triple for Newport.
That is huge. That's what I was talking about earlier. If you don't get that last strike there, then that lets up a whole opportunity for him to... Now, Newport's staying in scoring position, and Bell can come in here. The next batter, right-handed. And, I mean, if he can just get a little single there, shortstop or center field, not that deep, and that's a 3-0 lead for Jesuit.
Yeah, great swing there by Newport. A great at-bat, getting it to a full count and then driving that into the gap. So now here comes Bailey. Runner at third again. And that ball will be a strike.
What a great slider there.
He's got some movement to him.
He has some great pitches in his arsenal. He just needs to make sure that he and his catcher are on the same page and stop letting some of these balls slip by him.
Here comes the pitch. A little bit high. It's now 1-1. Bell also drew a walk in his first at-bat.
This pitcher, you hate to see the rotation just keep spinning and spinning. You just want to get out of there.
Swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of that pitch and is now 1-2.
This is a great place for Bailey here. He's rarely in a advantageous count. Normally playing from behind in the ball strike range.
Here comes the pitch. That ball is fouled back. And that'll keep the count 1-2. 2 outs, runner at third. 2-0 Jesuit lead. The sun just decided to show up.
Really glad we have a giant wooden beam there.
Mm-hmm.
Else I'd be squinting for the rest of the game.
Always nice when the sun likes to show up, especially when we're trying to pay attention. Here comes the pitch, and it's a little bit outside for second ball. It's now 2-2.
That evens the count up. I mean, you have the advantageous count for a reason. That's when you throw your crazy pitches, see if you can get him to swing at something. But now he needs to play sensible, and he can't. He's get a strike here and get out of this jam.
Yeah, tried to go outside with some speed. That ball almost hit Bell, but it ran back in. And now it's full count. Another full count here for Bailey.
Walker would be huge for Jesuit. Get out of this 2-strike situation and get 2 guys on base to try and keep this great inning running.
Bailey. The kick and the pitch. Swing, and he fouled it off. And that'll keep it a 3-2 count.
Lucky there. If he didn't hit that, we'd be going to intermission right now, but he has one more chance to get back and get his teammate Newport on base.
Barely got a piece of that. So now here comes Bailey. 3-2 count again. The pitch. Outside for ball 4.
That's huge for Jesuit. 2 guys on base here, now first and third, and a whole new count. Fresh batter to go up.
So now here comes Joe Malloy. Had a
Number
hit in
3.
his last appearance. Ultimately resulted in an out after Newport was thrown out at home. Let's see if he can finally get his RBI. Number 3.
Yeah, we'll look to avoid any collisions this time from Newport running home. Want everyone to stay healthy and walk out of this game all right.
He steps off the mound and pump fakes at the third.
Really lets him know that he could throw it third if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
But
No, he's letting it slide this time.
no antics going on over there.
Here comes the pitch. That ball is smacked high and deep to right. It might get over his head. It does. Off the wall. One will score. Another will score. And a double there for Malloy. It is now 4-0 Jesuit.
That is huge. Joe Malloy was able to get on second.
Malloy's double. Next up is the pitcher.
And
28, Logan Loren.
a mound visit is being called here for George Ranch as Lorenz looking to add another run in his next at bat.
This is a disaster scenario for Bailey. You know, I mean, you have 2 outs. At one point, you had 2 strikes on the board. You know, you already let up 1 run, and you've let up 3 more runs since then with 2 outs on the board. You just want to get out of there. Go back to your dugout and talk it over.
Yeah, sadly not his best start. And now in comes Herman Hernandez here from the pen. We will take a quick break as he takes some time to warm up.
Welcome back. Last you saw, Herman Hernandez is now in as the pitcher for George Ranch Longhorns. Joe Malloy's on second. 2 outs. 4 runs in this inning alone.
Logan Lorenz at the plate. Struck out in his first at bat, looking to get revenge. Here comes the pitch. It's a little bit low and in. Now will be ball 1.
Joe Malloy's itching to get to third there.
Yeah. So far, Jesuits taking every advantage this inning with a lot of extra base hits. And so far, 4 runs. Let's see if they can keep it going here. Lorenz looking to give himself some run support. The ball gets past the catcher. And the throw to third is not in time. Malloy moves up to third base after the ball was bobbled by the catcher. And now Lorenz has a man at third.
What a big time play by Malloy there getting in. That was close, but fortunately, the catcher Byers just bobbled it a bit too much, and now Malloy's at third. Again, great scoring position. If you're Hernandez, 1, you just threw a pitch. Sorry. That's ball 3. That's a 3-0 count. If you're Hernandez here, obviously you were in the dugout during the other 4 runs, but you just want to minimize the damage done so far and get back in.
3-0 count the pitch, and that will be outside. Ball 4. Or will it be? Did they call out a strike? It will be called a strike, but my apologies. So now 3-1. 2 outs, runner at third. Here comes Lorenz. The pitch is high, and that will be ball 4. So now runners at third and first.
Seen this before.
Here is Broyles, the catcher.
This would be, again, this is his second at-bat. This is where you want to just get a guy out. Just try and do something.
And it looks like they're taking out Lorenz, his night.
He's going to go rest in the dugout while our very own comes in and relieves him for a bit. Oh, that's number 6, Elijah Gassett.
So Elijah Gassett,
fellow sophomore, fellow chemistry class enjoyer.
Here to pinch run here for Lorenz. So now Broyles with men at third and first. And another pump fake third.
Just let him know.
Yeah.
Just reminding him a bit.
They're good at faking people out. Their pump fake skills are unmatched.
I mean, it does add a big advantage. It keeps your runners closer and closer to base.
The pitch runs inside, but Broyles gets out of the way.
Nicked one of his shirt buttons, but other than that, everyone's A-okay.
1-0 now. 2 outs.
Right here, I think you just need to be throwing inside the strike zone. You can't even... I mean, they might hit it, but right now you just need to get strikes on the board regardless, and can't wait on them swinging for something they shouldn't.
That ball is bobbled. Gassett heads to second. He'll get in there. The ball gets past the second baseman, and a run will score. Gassett gets to third. And so...
big time play. Joe Malloy is on base. Joe Malloy went home. That's the 5th run of the inning. And Elijah Gassett, I mean, he made a big dive for second. The second baseman had to jump up for the too high throw. And then Elijah Gassett, great game awareness, able to turn around and go slide in third.
A botched attempt to catch him stealing goes wrong and is now 5-0 Jesuit.
I might be getting deja vu, but here's a scoring position.
And a swing and a miss there by Broyles will make it 2-1. So Gassett at third with 2 outs. Hernandez still looking to get out of the inning.
If I had a nickel for every time we had a guy on third, I feel like be able to buy a second pizza.
You'd at least have 2 nickels. Here comes the pitch. It's low. And that'll be ball 3.
Not a lot of nickels, but it's unfortunate for George Ranch that it's happened twice so far.
So now 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch by Hernandez. That ball is hit up the middle, and it's fielded cleanly by the shortstop, and they got him. Oh, no. Did they? They pulled him off the bag, and that will be a safe call, or will it?
Gassett scores.
He will be safe at first. So Gassett will score from third. It is now 6-0 Jesuit.
That is impressive right there.
That was, yeah, great base running there. Great hustle there by Broyles as he's...
Right as I leaned forward, the sun went in my eyes, so I wasn't able to see, unfortunately.
So now Joey Ushold here to pinch run here for Broyles. And now number 9, Luke Loving up at the plate.
Nika Boyles is able to go back, talk with his pitcher, and figure out their game plan for the rest of the inning, and we'll take a short break here. And And we're back. They were just having a little mound conference, figuring out their game plan.
So now Luke Loving here. Men at first. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off the other way.
That's an unfortunate swing. That was looking a lot like a strike there. Or a ball there, I'm sorry. But now that's a 0-1 count. Again, a rare advantageous count for Longhorns pitchers. They'll want to take advantage of here and just get off the field.
Here comes the pitch by Hernandez. That runs inside, and that will be a ball, which will make it 1-1.
Now, if you're Loving, I mean, you know, this isn't exactly prime scoring position, but if you're able to get a double here, or even just a single, that makes it a whole lot better for the next guy after you.
Yep.
Who is designated hitter? David Rume is up next after Luke. He's on deck. So, just itching for his chance to get some more guys home.
Called strike on the outside, makes it 1-2. So now here comes the pitch by Hernandez. Runner takes off at first. The ball gets to second after a diving play, and a great recovery by George Ranch. The steal almost got Jesuit a hit, but the second baseman makes a diving play, throws it to first, and gets the final out.
That was a great play by there. I mean, you know, he was diving some on his belly, and he was able to turn around, get up, and get out. And
So-
we will get out.
Yep.
And welcome back.
Leading off here for George Ranch is Lewis, the leadoff hitter. And here comes the pitch by Lorenz. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
That's a great start to the inning. Right after a dominant bottom of the second. 6 runs. Getting a strike early is right mentality.
Swing and a miss again, 0-2. Yeah, keep your momentum going after that amazing second inning.
I presume the Longhorns have probably been told to, you know, at this point, now that you're playing, like, down a lot, you gotta swing for the fences.
Swing and a miss. He gets him on 3 pitches. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
What a great 3. I mean, that's what you want. That is, like, textbook perfect pitch. Just 3 straight strikes, and
Next up, 23, the first baseman.
boom, you're out.
Yeah.
Heller.
So now here comes the first baseman, number 23, Bueller.
Yeah. Sorry. No, I was thinking about something else. The Crusaders are running a fast-paced attack right now. That was a ball there, but
So now 1-0. Here comes the pitch. That will be a little bit outside. Make it 2-0.
that's not the best position to be in, especially compared to the last at-bat he just pitched, but
Well, let's see if he can recover. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss.
That's how you start to recover.
2-1 now. 1 out. No one on the base paths. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss again, and it's now 2-2.
Absolutely. These Longhorns are rearing their horns and getting ready to get on base soon. Let's see if Lorenz can take advantage of that.
Swing and a miss. He got him again.
The answer is yes.
2 straight swinging strikeouts. And now 2 quick outs here in the 3rd inning.
This would be huge for Lorenz and for the Crusaders if they're able to get out of the top of the inning and go down to the bottom where they're swinging.
So now here comes Morton. 2 outs. He will take a ball a little bit outside.
Just testing the waters, seeing what he'll swing at. First 2 pitches are always like that.
The pitch will be a strike. Gets it in at the knees, and it's now 1-1. That ball is low, and that'll make it a 2-1 count. Lorenz
Having a
great
3
start.
strikeout inning would be phenomenal.
That ball is a little bit outside.
But that's
and
a
now-
strike.
Oh, no, that is a strike.
We have a rough angle over here. But 2-2 count.
The pitch outside, and that'll make it a full count.
Strikeout here would be phenomenal
Yeah,
for the Crusaders. Keep your pitches down to a minimum, save your arm, and just get out of there.
Yeah.
Get back with the bat in your hands.
the pitch. Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts for Lorenz. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd after a great pitching performance.
Welcome back. Here we have number 11 up to bat. Herman Hernandez back at pitching. It's David Rume.
Standing in the left-handed hitter's batting box. The pitch, a little bit outside for ball 1. So far, Jesuit dominating on all sides, pitching and hitting-wise.
Absolutely. I mean, Hernandez didn't let up 2 of the 6 runs of last inning. But,
Swing and a miss there with the first strike.
that's what you'd like to see if you're a Longhorns fan here. Try and get just something going in your favor here. Just gotta get out and get back batting.
Swing and a miss again. That'll make it a 1-2 count. So 1-2 count, no one on, no outs.
If you're a Crusader here, I think you have to play it safer. You don't want to be swinging for everything. You have a big lead. Don't want to
Fouled off.
waste it by swinging for things you can and giving them that many more opportunities to go back and, try and make a comeback.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you can't really run out the clock here, so Here comes the pitch. And that is outside. Evens out the count at 2-2.
If Fernandez isn't able to get some strikeouts or some pop outs or whatever, they might need Tom Brady on their roster to get him come back from this one. Never forget 23.
2-2. Pitch. Popped up high.
That'll
And the
be-
third baseman goes into foul territory and makes the catch for out number 1.
That was big by Ergo there. Go. That's exactly what you want to see if you're...
So now here comes Jack Wegleitner. Here. 1 out, no one on. Hernandez. Trying to keep the game at least a little bit closer.
trying to salvage what was a rough second inning for everyone wearing gray today.
Especially if you're just wearing a gray shirt. The pitch. That will be called a strike on the outside. 0-1. Doesn't have to be a George Ranch shirt, just if you're wearing
Same
gray.
thing,
today.
gray. Doesn't matter.
Here comes the pitch. Outside again. This time it will be called a ball.
You can
Now it's
tell
1-1.
by Hernandez's reaction there. He's sometimes, some balls are tackled, see if they can swing for something they shouldn't. But, there it was getting in his own head. He's going to need to bring out one of his great pitches to sort of reset himself here.
That ball ran inside. It might have been a little bit high.
I think it was.
And It was, so it will be 2-1 now.
Went right over the top of that strike zone.
2-1, 1 out, no one on. The pitch by Hernandez. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
That's rough for Jesuit. That's a pitch you think you can hit. You're ready to hit. You swing for it, and it's not in your bat. It's in the catcher's glove right behind you.
Sadly. Here comes the next pitch. That falls down a little bit low, and it'll be a full count now. 3-2.
This would be huge for either team if Crusader's able to get on base or get an out
Next pitch fouled off.
or hit a
Remains
foul ball
3-2.
and nothing happens. But regardless,
Eli only wants results.
Crusader's able to get on base. They're able to maybe make another run like they were earlier.
That ball popped up, but that'll go foul. So now it'll stay 3-2.
Foul straight into the tennis courts this time. See how many sports we can go to, but
We've had one in football and tennis now. Let's see if we can get to,
swimming next.
polo, water polo.
Fernandez able to get an out, get 2 outs on the inning.
The pitch. Popped up foul. That might head to the pool. Oh, it doesn't have enough.
That's sad. That's just going to the lawn for spike ball. However, regardless of the couple of foul balls recently, this would be very big for Hernandez. If he's able to get a 2-out count, just able to, relax a bit. He has more leeway in case someone gets a lucky hit or a walk or what have you. But here's the pitch.
Grounded to second. Oh, he bobbled it, and he will get there. Another error on George Ranch, and now a man at first.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was 16 Robbins. He was a good batter.
So now here comes Michael Holefield.
S-Jet's finest. Always there in the morning to give us advice. Senior this year.
Looking back at first, making sure the runner,
No funny business.
no shenanigans. Showing bunt. Doesn't.
Crusader's
the
a
bat to
big
the
fan
ball.
of the bunt strategy, but with 1 out here, I don't know if I would risk it. Could lead to a big double play by the Longhorns if the catcher's able to make it in time.
So now here comes the pitch by Hernandez. Pickoff attempt.
Unsuccessful.
So the count is, I believe, 0-0 or
Snake.
0-1. Oh, another bunt. Michael puts it down. He'll be thrown out at first, but the runner advances to second. Good bunt there.
Once again, a selfless play there. It's able to keep the offense moving and get a strong hitter up.
Next up,
So now here
top
comes
of the order,
Newport.
center fielder number 2.
Had a triple in his last at bat. Got the
Newport,
first run
number
across.
2.
He already has a run on the night. See if he's running to first soon.
Runner at second. Here comes the pitch by Hernandez. Goes inside for ball 1.
Down by his ankles. Didn't swing.
I feel like baseball's the one sport you don't want to hear you broke his ankles on.
No, it happens. Fortunately, more often, but thankfully, nothing's happening today. Everyone's nice and safe here at Strict Jesuit.
Swing and a miss. He got him to swing at the pitch that dropped a little bit lower than expected. So now 1-1, 2 outs, runner at second. Hernandez looking to get out of the inning. Keep it a 6-0 lead.
Figuring out what pitch they want to run, checking up on the runner.
Outside. Makes it 2-1.
That was an unfortunate pitch. We'd like to, I mean, that sounds bad, but,
Yeah, just
you know,
a little bit too far out to make it seem like a
especially in this
competitive
situation,
one. Yeah.
you'd like to get as many strikes as you can and try and
Fouled off behind the catcher. He'll be 2-2.
this is not a situation where you want to be letting up a lot of balls and walks and singles and what have you, because that's how, like last inning, it all just fell apart quickly.
2-2, 2 outs, runner at second. Here comes the pitch by Hernandez.
Hernandez trying to match contemporary Lorenz at 5 strikeouts.
That ball gets past the catcher. Runner heads to third. He will be safe. Slid off the bag, but he kept his leg on it. And so now a runner at third here for Newport with 2 outs. 3-2 now.
Great run there by Wegleitner. As it's, I mean, that was a great dive. Just pure explosiveness there to get back in scoring position and try and get something out of this. Remember, he
Swing and a miss. They get out of the inning with no runs. Jesuit stays on top with a 6-0 lead as we head to the top of the 4th.
welcome back Here we are at the top of the fourth.
Logan Lorenz staying in the game. His great start continues. Throwing a first pitch ball, and it'll be 1-0.
Yeah, burn that bat. Nice right-handed pitcher.
Here comes the pitch. Outside. For ball 2. It's now 2-0 count. No one on, no outs. Here at the plate is Barton for George Ranch. The pitch. That will be a strike on the outside. It'll be 2-1.
That's good. You don't want to let the ball slip away from you, and suddenly you're facing a 3-0 count or just a straight walk. And
Swing and either fouled or miss. I couldn't. Either way, it's a strike, and it'll even out the count at 2-2.
that's huge. Back-to-back strikes. Try and go for his 6th strikeout of the day.
2-2. Pitch. Fouled back. And it'll remain 2-2.
Not even going to a sport this time. Just straight net.
Say basketball.
Nylon.
The pitch. Fouled back, and that will probably head to the football field.
Think that might have hit the track. Think we're at 4 sports now, maybe 5. But regardless, 2-2 count. That's what you love to be as a pitcher. Maybe not the first 2, but 2 strikes is lovely.
The pitch. Swing and a miss.
And that's why. That's his 6th strike of the game. 4th consecutive strikeout. That's huge for mentality.
Lorenz is on fire right now. And now up to the plate
Next up
is
hitter 19.
number 19,
Felix.
Felix, here for George Ranch. Lefty on lefty matchup. The pitch. Outside for ball 1. One 0 count, no one on, 1 out. Lorenz, the pitch. Outside for ball 2.
I have seen that before with left-handed on left-handed. They're so worried about someone getting a great hit on them that they'll put it too far to the right and just, throw a ball.
The pitch. Fouled back. Got him a little bit close to the hands.
I mean, that's exactly how it went last time. Was a 2-0 count, then 2-1, and then
Pitch, swing, and a miss.
2-2.
2-2 count now. 1 out, no one on. Lorenz just wheeling and dealing. Pitch. And that is pulled foul. Oof. Close to the first baseline, but the no-hitter stays intact.
Might have been a hit or two, but
No, not according to the scoreboard.
huh? Regardless,
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Lorenz.
that's his 5th straight strikeout and his 7th of the game. This is a dominant game by him. We already have 2 outs.
So now here comes
Next up is
Byers.
catcher, number 9.
Next one to face.
Byers has been one to save a lot of errant plays so far this game, behind the mound or behind the home, and
That ball is high and away for ball 1.
Lorenz has a strategy slowly is, maybe throw an errant pitch or two, see what he'll hit at, and then try and. That's a strike, though.
Yeah,
That's a
1-1 now.
1-1 count. Love to see it try and build off the most recent pitch in the last couple at-bats.
And that ball gets past the catcher, but luckily no one was on base. So it's now 2-1. So now 2-1, 2 outs, no one on. Lorenz getting set. The pitch. Outside. Oh no! It will be. It will stay in, and it will be 2-2 now.
Managed to slide in on the right wall of the strike box now. Again, another 2-2 situation. This is his third time in the inning here.
Fouled off. And
Let's
it'll
see if we
stay
can get the
2-2.
same result. 6 straight strikeouts. That'd be something.
It would be something.
That's definitely for sure. Definitely something.
The pitch. Popped up into center. And it falls! So Byers gets the first hit of the game for George Ranch. And the consecutive strikeout streak will end there.
That's unfortunate, but still, after
now-
that big hit, he was able to get to first, and now fresh count, 2 outs, trying to see if he can end the inning quick and get your guys back on deck.
So now Coyer, number 18 here, looking to keep the inning alive. Pitch. A little bit high for ball 1.
A lot of the outfielders you see are always love to steal bases, or Wiley, and he's a outfielder. That's a foul ball. Shot straight out of you. Just a cannon. The net.
So now 1-1, 2 outs. The pitch. A little bit outside. It'll be now 2-1 with 2 outs. Runner at first.
Byers thought about running, but when he saw that the ball was just simply fumbled and not lost, he just sat there, which is, I think, the smartest play here. 2 out, you don't want to risk something.
Ground ball to first, fielded cleanly, and that'll be the final out of the inning.
What a great inning by Jesuit. 2 strikeouts, 1 ground out, and we
We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Number 12.
And we are back. We have Ashton Bell leading us off here.
And he is almost struck by the first pitch he sees, but it missed him, and it'll be 1-0.
Yep. You
Hernandez still in the game. The pitch. That will be strike number 1. It'll be 1-1.
well, this is your Hernandez. You just want to get out of here and just try and do your last couple of at-bats for the team may not have been the best, but you just want to get you guys back in their hand and don't let Crusaders hack on any more runs.
2-1 count, the pitch. That will run back inside, and it will be a strike, so it's now 2-2.
Absolutely. 2-2. This is where Lorenz made his living.
And that ball gets away.
No one on base.
No one on base, and he didn't swing. So it'll be a full count.
2-2 is where Lorenz was able to get a couple strikeouts there. Let's see if Hernandez can do anything.
Fouled back, and it'll stay 3-2.
Favorite result in the game. Nothing.
No one on base, no outs, full count. Hernandez looking to keep his strong relief appearance going as that ball smacked through for a base hit. It gets past the third baseman. And now a man at first here as Joe Malloy, number 3, is back up to bat.
That was Bell's third time on deck and third time on base. He walked the first one and then that's his second hit of the night.
So now here comes Malloy, man at first.
Malloy already has a run under his belt. Looking to get a couple more. Pitcher and catcher deliberating, figuring out what they feel like doing today.
The pitch should come soon.
Want to start this set off right.
The pitch is a little bit outside for ball 1.
That slider slid a bit before he would have liked it. Now, once again, just playing from, you're playing from behind score-wise, count-wise. Just want to minimize everything, all the disadvantages you can, and try and take the lead.
The pitch stays inside, and that'll be a strike, 1-1.
Like that, just pile on the strikes and add it up.
1-1 count, man at first, no outs. Hernandez trying to minimize any damage here. The pitch. That ball stays in the strike zone for a while. I thought it was going to get out, but it'll be a strike, and that makes it 1-2.
Absolutely. You always have to remember the strike zone is the front of the plate, and the strike zone is the front of the plate, and from shoulders to knees. So
the pitch is low, and that'll make it 2-2.
Once again, right here, this is where you become a great pitcher, seeing if you can turn this 2-2 count into an out. No out so far. This would be the
Pickoff
first
attempt at first, not successful. So, 2-2. No one out, man at first. Hernandez. Bit of a pickle here. The pitch. Swing and fouled off. And it'll remain 2-2.
Joe Malloy. Both Malloy and Bell both already have a run today, and they're trying to see if they can get something more. Either a deep ball or a low ball to one of the open sides.
Pickoff attempt again at first, and again unsuccessful. 2-2. No one out. And at first, Malloy facing Hernandez. Hernandez picks off at first again, and it is unsuccessful again.
I have heard of pitchers doing this. They just try and get in a batter's head, just keep picking off, and hoping the best.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. He gets Malloy out. First out of the inning. And now
Next up is the pitcher,
Lorenz
number 28,
looking to get some more run support from himself.
Absolutely. 7 strikeouts. Believe he has a hit. He wants his second.
Mhm.
Believe he has a.
I think he has a walk.
I know that Elijah Gassett subbed in for him when he got first, and that
Yeah.
he wasn't the one running, but he has a hit so far today, saving his body and his arm for the mound.
Another pickoff attempt was unsuccessful. And here comes the pitch. That stays outside, and it'll be a ball.
Always the lofty pitches that end up getting you. It's a windy day out here. We had one of the airport orange tube thingies. You'd see it blowing. So, never want to add too much air to a pitch. There's a foul ball.
That makes the count 1-1. 1-1, 1 out. One person at first base.
A lot of ones today. Fortunately, the only number one in this game, Carson Morton, is not back.
That's another pickoff attempt. And again, it's unsuccessful. So now, 1-1 count here for Lorenz Hernandez. With pitch. That ball gets past the catcher, but he blocks it in front of him. And so the runner does not advance. So now, 2-1 count. 1 out. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that makes it 2-2. 2-2, 1 out. Hernandez looking to stay strong here. Looking for another strikeout.
For his third strikeout of the day so far.
Pickoff attempt again. And again, it's unsuccessful.
Would be a rich man if I had a nickel for every pickoff attempt.
So like 4.
I think we had 9.
That ball will be low. And that'll make it a full count. Full count. 1 out here. Lorenz. Pickoff attempt. Unsuccessful.
Very rich man.
Do you know how much a nickel costs?
5 cents.
The pitch. And oh, that runs in and hits Lorenz.
Got him in the side of the knee. To be fair, I'm going to job this summer. I don't have one yet. I need 40 cents is a lot for me. At this jobless point in my life, I'm unemployed.
So now, Gassett looks like he's back in the pinch run for Lorenz. And now Broyles. Gassett is, in fact, back at first. Runners at second and first here for Broyles.
Till 8 p.m.
Absolutely. We're hearing about some bargain deals down at the concession stands. And Gassett is the starting receiver for the varsity green team for football, and so he's known for being quick and being able to get where he needs to be.
Two-sport athlete, you love to see it.
Absolutely.
The pitch. High and away for ball 1.
It's getting too much air on it. The wind's really blowing right now. You can tell by the ump's clothes back there, and the pant legs are its own wind gauge in itself.
1-0 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
That's the 1-1 there.
2 men on. 1 out. Hernandez can get out of this with 1 pitch. The wind blowing hard right now as that ball is fouled off.
It's a
And that makes it a
1-2
1-2
count.
count.
Once again, Hernandez, if I was a betting man, which I'm not because I'm not betting age. Don't worry. I would say that he's going to throw probably a bit to the outside here and try and get him to swing for something he shouldn't, now that he has an advantageous count. That's been his trend so far.
Are you going to bet all your nickels on that?
All 50.
That ball is inside, and that'll be a strikeout. So now 2 outs now.
I lost all my nickels.
You're no longer a rich man. You're going to have to wish for a lot of pickoff attempts. So now here comes number 9, Luke Loving.
Number 9.
2 men on, 2 outs.
Right now, this would be a great position for score if they were able to convert something. Unfortunately, it's a healthier at 2 out. Limits your options a lot. Can't risk anything. When one guy gets picked.
That ball is low. Outside for ball 1.
See, I was right. Just a pitch off.
Still
Can I
don't
get
have...
half my nickels back?
No.
Oh,
No, I'm keeping them.
dang. All 50 cents?
I need that. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off, and that'll make it 1-1.
Almost had a brave attempt by number 11 on deck to go catch it with his hand, but made the smart call and not risked it. This would be great for Hernandez. Just get out of here. This has been a longer inning, but he hasn't let up anyone even to third yet.
The pitch. And that is pulled foul. And that'll make it 1-2.
Early.
1-2, 2 outs. 2 men on, 1 at second and first.
Now I'll once again say, with my non-existent nickel, he's probably going to throw a bit to the outside and try and make him swing. Probably should learn my lesson, but never been great at that.
Alrighty. Loving awaits his pitch. Here it comes. That ball was bobbled by the catcher. It was a ball, and that'll even out the count at 2-2.
One strike ends the inning, and a ball, his base is loaded.
No, it's not. It fills up the count. Full count now. 3-2.
Now a ball's base is loaded.
I'm starting to think you don't know
I can't
numbers
see the
that too well.
scoreboard from here. I took the bad seat when we walked in this booth. I chose the wall seat.
Here comes the pitch. Payoff pitch. Runner's moving. That ball is high, and that loads up the bases.
I now know the count, though.
What is it?
It's eyes. 0-0.
Okay.
Loving walks, load the bases. Next
So now
up,
bases loaded here for Hernandez. He's going to try and get
11,
out of this
David
inning.
Bayome,
David
number 11.
Rayome, the DH, looking to get...
Always love when a DH is up. Designated hitter. That means they're just great at smacking the ball and getting it deep. Just getting on base or...
Oh,
What
that
happened?
ball gets past him. The runner from third heads home, and he will be safe. And
Ooh.
an errant throw by the catcher gets past the pitcher.
Almost.
Gassett tried to get home, but then he ended up holding up. So now runners at second and third, and it is now 7-0 Jesuit.
This is prime scoring position for Rame. I'm sorry, there. Tried to remember his name from memory, and I did not. But this would be huge if he can get a deep ball here and stay safe at base. That's a strike.
It would be massive.
It would be what? It's a 1-1 count. That's what it is.
So now 1-1, 2 outs, man at second and third. The pitch. That runs inside, and it'll make it a 2-1 count.
Hernandez is seeing these great opportunities just fade away from him.
2-1, 2 out. Hernandez. The pitch. Outside. 3-1 now.
Now, a ball is a loaded bases again.
Yes. 3-1, 2 outs, 2 men on, both in scoring position. Pitch outside, and he loads the bases yet again.
As the crowd is excited, it's a tough situation for Hernandez to be in.
Mound
Basically
visit
letting up
here.
anything is rough, and they call a mound meeting as Jack Whitelander will get ready to bat
Yeah,
when we
that'll
come
be
back.
the end of Hernandez's night. And now, new pitcher number 14 here for George Ranch. Colton Yanta is in for the game. And we will be right back as he starts to warm up.
And we're back. Here's
The new pitcher in for George Ranch. Here comes his first pitch of the night, and that will be a strike on the outside.
That's a way to start it. We have Colton Yanta. Yanta? Yup. You betcha. And on the other side, we have Whitelander. Mr. Jack Whitelander himself.
0-1 pitch. That ball had some crazy movement. I can't tell if that was the win or just break. That makes it a
I think it was a
1-1
combination.
count.
Right here, 1-1. I mean, this is a count you see all the time. Just, it's pitcher's preference, and we don't know what his is yet on what you want to do, whether you want to try something or just get another strike as soon as possible.
1-1 count. The pitch will be a strike, and it is now 1-2.
That's what he likes to do. Turns out,
What, those strikes or?
some pitchers like to, throw a ball, but it's fit on the outside to see if they'll swing for something they shouldn't. Or some pitchers like to just throw heat down the middle and in the box.
That ball is dribbling to third. Fielded cleanly. The throw is in time.
That's going to end the inning. That's unfortunate. That would have been a run and bases loaded if he had gotten that out in time. But
Yeah. Yanta comes into the game and gets a quick out, and we will head to the top of the 5th inning.
bye-bye.
Baseman Argo.
Welcome back. Ergo on base. Lorenz on mound.
It'll be
A strike to start the inning.
so
You know.
0-1 early on here for Lorenz. His dominant night continues.
Mm-hmm. We aren't going to pay any more attention to it because announcer jinxes aren't real. But,
You just solved our biggest problem. The pitch is low, and that'll make it 1-1.
Lorenz chatting with his catcher, making sure they're on the same page on what you want to do. When they aren't on the same page, that's where you see what happened a lot when
Popped up high, and that will be out of play. So make
that
it
landed
1-2.
on a roof.
Hey, we need that.
I was worried that was gonna fall right in front of us. So that's 1-2. That's huge. This could be another strikeout for Lorenz here.
The pitch. Low and away for ball 2, and it's now 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
2-2. No outs, no men on. Lorenz. looking
This is
for
where
another
he
strikeout.
succeeds. This count.
Popped up high.
That
Second
can corn
base
and
is called off from right field, and that will be caught. And that's the third time right field has lost their hat tonight.
that's a can of corn and some Kentucky Fried Chicken right there if you want it.
How many nickels would you get if he lost his hat? How many nickels would you have? If
I'd
you
have
counted how
3,
many?
so I'd have
Yeah.
like enough money to buy a bubble gum 50 years ago.
Nice. Alrighty.
16 Robbins.
So Lorenz continues.
Great night. Robbins is at bat.
The pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1.
That just gets in your head as a batter. When you think, man, here it is. I got it. And you just don't got it. Just rough.
The pitch, outside for ball 1.
1-1 count.
Lorenz winding up. The pitch, swing and a miss again, 1-2.
Now, if I had nickels for swings and misses, I'd have a lot of nickels as well, because Lorenz is a dominant hitter, a dominant pitcher today.
We need to show you some dimes, man. The pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Another strikeout for Lorenz.
15 cents.
So now 2 outs. And
Here we have number 8, back at the start of the rotation,
yep, Lewis, the leadoff man, back again.
trying to salvage this inning and not letting another opportunity get wasted.
The pitch, fouled away.
Woo.
0-1.
That was a tough one. That had landed just a bit
Yeah.
further inside, then that's a bad situation for everyone wearing white today.
The pitch, swing and a miss.
There we go.
0-2.
Paying me little by little, and here is just showing how good of a pitcher Lorenz is when it really comes down to it. The Longhorns are on their 3rd pitcher, and Lorenz is still going in the 5th.
That ball hit high and deep to center. Looks like Newport's got it, and that'll be the final out of the inning. So another 1-2-3 inning for Lorenz as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Bye-bye.
For Holyfield,
Welcome back. Here to pinch hit is Elijah Gassett.
number 6,
Here to face Yada.
Elijah Gassett.
He is replacing Eshet's finest, Michael Holyfield.
He fouls off first pitch he sees in zone 1.
He has subbed out Lorenz his last 2 at base and has gone to third and home both times. And now it's his turn to get on base.
Now 0-1. Here comes the pitch. That'll be a strike. It's now 0-2.
0-2 for the Texas Tech recruit. Here he's hoping to get something on the board. Just trying to avoid getting an 0-3 count here, which spells doom.
That ball is popped high, and that'll land in foul territory. Another hat was lost.
Multiple Longhorn defenders were chasing after it, but no one was able to get it down.
So he survives. Another 0-2 count. No outs, no one on. Yada looking strong here, coming out of the pen. Looking around to make sure his defense is all set.
Yonta's getting ready to try and just throw some heat, get an early strikeout in this inning, and
Popped up high on the
is
infield.
that a can of corn?
Shortstop's got it.
With green beans. That's out. 1 out for Crusaders.
The leadoff hitter, center fielder, number 2.
So now here comes
Silas
Newport.
Newport, number 2.
Newport his 4th at bat.
Mhm.
He has a run. He has
A couple walks, a triple. Got a good game so far.
a great game.
The pitch. Running in. Barely misses Newport, and that'll make it a 1-0 count.
Mm-hmm. My coach used to say, any game with a run's a great game for you. Because, I mean, that's all you want. If you get 9 runs, everyone gets a run, then typically win. And that's what the Crusaders are trying to do here.
The pitch. That will be
Another ball. That's
a ball.
2-0 count. That's a tough place to be in for Yonta. This is his 2nd inning in. Well, technically, like 1.5 innings.
High and away for ball 3.
That is a tough count for any pitcher to look at in the face, and now he has to sit here and he has to throw it in the strike zone unless he wants to not give Newport a chance to do anything.
And that is ball 4. 4-pitch walk there. The ball got away from the catcher, and Newport holds up at first. He almost thought about going to second.
Next up,
Tempted it,
fielder,
but
number 12,
Decided to
Ashton Bell,
hold for a
number
second.
12.
So now Ashton Bell up to the plate
Mm-hmm.
with a man at first and 1 out. Yonta can get out of this inning with 1 pitch. But let's see what he can do here.
Seven 7-0 game. They need to.
That ball is low and away for ball 1.
Right here, you don't want to risk another walk. This is 5th straight ball thrown, and ever since his success against Gassett earlier, he's had a down inning, so to say.
Pickoff attempt unsuccessful there for Yonta. So now 1-0. 1 out.
Nice and easy. This is where you still control the game at this point.
Another pickoff attempt. Eli earning back all his nickels.
So many nickels, and I'm about to lose them all in another bet.
1-0 count still. The pitch. Running inside. And I'll make it 2-0.
Nick the belt buckle, but everyone's still A-OK. Bell is antsy to get a hit in. 2-0 count. I mean, we saw this with Newport. That's not a great situation to be in, and all Yant has to do here is not make it worse.
Pickoff attempt, unsuccessful.
Money, money, money.
Alrighty. 2-0 count. Newport with the lead.
Bell getting ready.
The pitch, high and in, ball 3.
Now this, a 3-0 count. Once again, not exactly situation as the sky's darkened by now. That game-long sun I promised might not be the case this time around, but
Can't believe you'd give us some misinformation like that. 3-0 pitch. That is down the middle for a strike. It's now 3-1.
I mean, as a batter here, I've been saying this all game. When you have such an advantageous count like 3-0, just wait. I mean, that might have been a good ball to hit, but you never know each batter's tendencies and preferences and which ones they really like.
Popped up high, and that'll be foul and out of play.
Catcher was trying to see if
Ooh.
it'd fall back in.
It landed in the crowd. Luckily, seems like everyone's okay. It's now full count. 3-2.
Thankfully,
1 out.
landed in the walkway there on the concrete, not on the bleachers, so that way everyone's safe and sound.
Pitch. Swing and a miss. Bell goes down swinging, and now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Now here comes Joe Malloy.
That's a tough thing. I mean,
Next up for the
great job by
Crusaders,
Yanta there,
first
throwing
up for
3
the
straight
Joe
strikes. I mean,
Malloy.
Yeah, getting back into that count.
a 3-0 count and getting a strikeout is super impressive. He is Malloy. He's been a great base runner so far for them. He has, I'd reckon, about 2 hits.
Pickoff
More-
attempt and not incomplete, sorry. Not successful.
Absolutely, and just like my favorite NFL coverage defense, that's a nickel. And from here on out, there's the pitch, and that's a ball, and it's loose. But Newport plays close to base and just waits there.
Another good block there by the catcher here for George Ranch. Just let a couple get past him, but overall has had a good day behind the plate. So now 1-0 count, 2 outs. Runner at first. Yanta looking to just close out this inning. Pickoff attempt, no good. Still 1-0 count.
So many nickels. I need a coin jar after this. That's what I'm going to buy with my nickels. Coin jar for the next time I commentate. Tune in next time, by the way. Little shout out.
Outside for a strike. That'll make it 1-1.
Managed to slide it in the left-hand wall there. Yeah, 1-1 count, 2 outs. Malloy's going to need to play it safe here to make sure they don't.
Pitch. It gets away from the catcher, and Newport will get to second easily. So now 2-1
Great
with a
hustle
runner at
play.
second.
Right here, Bayer, still the catcher's not been having the best day. He's had a lot of saves, but he's also had too many errant balls, which I reckon's led up about 6 base runs at this point. And so that's never a good feeling as a catcher. A lot of the game's mental, and
Ground ball to third, fielded cleanly. The throw is in time. So
That'll-
George Ranch gets out of the inning with no damage done. We will head to the top of the 6th right after this.
And we are back. Biela on base. Our
Yep.
friend Lorenz back at the mound with a strike from a foul ball to start it.
Lorenz staying in here in the 6th inning. His great performance. Let him have such a long leash this game.
The senior, I
see.
mean, he has such a, like I said, great performance. I mean, coaches will never take out a guy who's pitching hot, but at some point, typically you have a closer, and I'm wondering when he'll make his appearance.
So now, 2-1 count after a low pitch. Here for Lorenz.
All the batters getting situated. Everyone's getting in position.
The pitch. Foul ball.
It's
It is now 2-2. I've seen this before.
if I had a nickel. Yeah, Lorenz has been pitching one heck of a game so far today, and Crusaders are just hoping that it continues for the next 2 innings.
And he gets him looking. Called strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning.
That is a great pitch. That is. Envision a strike box. There's the wall. Right in the wall. Just snuck in there.
Glad everyone could see that diagram you put up.
You know, I'm glad they could as well.
The pitch. That will be a strike on the corner, 0-1.
That's it. That was his 9th strikeout of the game, by the way, in case anyone's curious.
The pitch. That will be low and away for ball 1. So now 1-1. No one on base. 1 out. George Ranch. Down, but not out of the game yet. Swing and a miss. 1-2. They still have a chance here, although time is running out. They only have
This would be an inning.
this inning
It's-
and the next
They're
inning.
down 7. This inning you want to get 3 or 4. And next inning you want to get 3 or 4 and complete the comeback.
Fouled off, and that'll make it. They'll keep it 1-2.
That was a lucky hit there. That looked like it was going to be outside the box, and just hit it with the tip of his bat and kept the count the same.
Here comes the pitch. Dribbled towards the pitcher. Got by Broyles, who throws it to first, but he missed him. And luckily, it's recovered by the second baseman. So a runner will move up to first. That'll be the second hit for George Ranch tonight.
That was a good hit there. I was able to just kind of bounce it up, and
Yeah, swinging bunt.
unfortunately the catcher, doesn't want to go and hit player, and so he had to throw it a bit outside of him. First baseman wasn't able to get his foot on base in time.
So now, with a man at first, 1 out. Here comes Lorenz, 1-0. At least I thought there was someone at first. I don't know where the runner is. That ball is fouled back. He might have been called out, actually. I guess.
All we know now is Burden's the one batting. That's a fun thing to
So
say.
he was actually called out. A little bit of confusion there. So there are, in fact, 2 outs here for Lorenz. It is now that ball will be high, so now 2-0.
Yeah, unfortunately he had run out of the baseline, and so
So now 3-0. Here comes Lorenz. Swing and a miss. Oh, sorry, 2-1. Sorry. A little bit of confusion here, but we adapt and overcome.
now it's a
So now 2-1. No one on base. 2 outs. Lorenz, the pitch. Hit to shortstop. Fielded cleanly. The throw is off the bag. And that will get a runner at first. Malloy
101? Or is that 100?
missed
Next 100.
another good fielding opportunity, but so far it hasn't resulted in too much. So
That's been one of the great key points of this Crusaders defense, is that they've been able to minimize any damage that comes from, various pitches, various plays. They've had a couple walks. That's their second hit. Almost would have been the third hit if poor runner stayed on baseline, but
so now Lorenz with a man at first. Missed the strike zone by a little bit. It's now 1-0. 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got it past him with the speed. 1-1.
right here, this is where it's 2 outs. Get one more out. That doesn't ice the game, but it sure does a lot to help it.
The pitch. Runner goes. The throw is off, but it doesn't get far enough away for the runner to get to third. So now the count is 2-1, I believe. Yes, it is. So 2-1 now. Lorenz. 2 outs, runner at second.
This is a tough one. This is where, Lorenzo has been the starting pitcher. He's not the closer, but he has a chance
Swing
to do it
and
now.
a miss. Another one. It's
Just
now
like
2-2.
that.
A strike away from getting out of the inning.
Right here, staring down the catcher, making sure that everyone knows what they're running.
The pitch is called strike 3, Lorenz.
What a big play. That's his 10th strikeout of the game.
10th strikeout.
Have a bunch of Ks on the board if we had Ks on the board. So now,
Another strikeout gets Lorenz out of the jam. We will head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
and
Welcome
we are
back.
back. We have a new pitcher, Aiden Collier. He's also a batter as well, and At this point in the game, they just need everyone in the bullpen. This is their 4th pitcher so far. It's actually pitcher on pitcher as Lorenz is the batter. And it's the 1-0 count.
That ball gets past the catcher.
That would be the 2-0 count.
So now, 2-0, no one on, no outs. Lorenz looking to pull off his best Shohei Ohtani impression.
Pitching
pitch.
side, he's been phenomenal. Batting side, he's been great.
So now 2-1 after that strike. Lorenz back in the box. Waiting the next pitch. The kick and the pitch popped up into
Over
the
the net.
bleachers, and luckily it missed the people in attendance. People seem to be fine. Now make it a 2-2 count.
Little boy was able to get his baseball. Everything worked out in the end. Lorenz is still in 2-2. And once again, every pitcher, all 5 pitchers that have played this here so far have had the 2-2 count. Lorenz seems to be the best that capitalized on it. Now it's a 3-2 count, full count. Let's see what they do.
Yep, full count, no one on, no outs.
Could throw some straight heat down the middle here. Not betting anything on it, none of my nickels, but
You only have so many more nickels to lose. The pitch is fouled off, out of play.
almost went over. Just managed to nick the top of the net and stay in. Once again, full count, no outs, no one on base, new pitcher. This is an exciting pitch. This is his first at-bat of the game.
Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Lorenz strikes out. And that'll be the first out here at the bottom of the 6th. So now up comes Royals, the catcher.
Next up, the catcher, for 25, Nico Broyles. Number
Getting ready
25.
to hopefully have another sweet at bat.
This would be huge if they're able to, never mind, I was going to say something about you running the clock comment earlier, but this would be huge if he's able to get on base and just keep the inning alive a little longer.
The pitch, a little bit high and in for ball 1.
What's really important here is that the Longhorns are going to need 7 runs
In one
Next
half
thing.
inning.
which is not the easiest thing in the world.
Fouled off. Yeah, they're going to need 7 runs in one half inning if Jesuit doesn't score any extra runs here.
No pick sixes in baseball, so gotta stick with it. I mean, it's a 1-1 count. You just gotta get him out soon.
The pitch. Hit the other way. Second. Fields it cleanly, and that'll be out number 2. So now, in comes Luke Loving. Here. 2 outs, no one on.
Loving the scoreboard. Been waiting to make that joke for a while. Sorry. Thought about it a couple rotations ago.
Saving up your nickels to cash in for that joke. So now here comes Luke Loving. Had a nice day
Next up,
today.
number 9, Luke Loving,
Gone on base a couple times.
third baseman.
And he's gonna step out of the box for a second. Gets
That's
back in.
This is another left-handed. I think this is lefty on lefty.
Yep, the pitch. Smacked. Foul. Almost a good rip there, but just pulled a little bit, and it's now 0-1.
Here we go. This would be huge for the Longhorns if they want any chance of winning this, to get a run in here. I mean, just to avoid the shutout, at least. Put up a fight.
So now here comes the pitch. That ball is low and is now 1-1.
Right
Two
here.
outs. No one on.
What do you think Collier's next 3 pitches should be? Just give me a pitch game plan if you were the coach.
I'd say definitely you want to throw a couple strikes. Let's see what this next one is. It will be a ball. So he's already off the game plan a little bit. So now 2-1. I say he's going to try and throw a little bit more inside. He's lost it a little bit on the outside. So I just try and get contact and, hope for the best because you're so close to getting out of this inning. You especially want to keep it close.
That's the 4th in the bullpen. You
swing and a miss. Oof. So now 2-2.
You start to lose your touch around the outside the further in the depth charts you go, just as a, general rule. And so right here, I think he needs to be aiming for the middle. Loving is a excited hitter. He wants to get on base. He wants to see the ball soaring through the air soon. And so you throw some heat down the middle, could get a great play.
That ball is outside, and that fills up the count, 3-2.
Full count. Here's the deciding pitch, unless it's a foul ball.
So on the payoff pitch here, the kick and the pitch, and that ball is low, ball 4.
Here we have the next batter up.
Number 11, David Rayom. Sorry, kind of blanked there a little for a second.
Don't worry, he's a designated hitter, so his at-bat's always my favorite to look forward to.
Rayom, like many of the Jesuit hitters today, has had a good game. The pitch, a little bit high or might have caught the letters. It did. It'll be strike 1. So now 0-1, 2 outs, runner at first. So now, here comes the 0-1 pitch. Inside. And that did not catch the corner, so it'll be 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Loving.
Swooped in a bit late.
Leaning off at first. Looking to cause some pressure on the pitcher here.
Anytime you have a left-hand pitcher, they can always see first base, see him checking it there. Whenever they're looking at first like that, that's strike 1.
Got him
and
down
2.
towards the knees, so now 1-2. Yep.
And 2, it just gets in your head more.
1-2, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. That ball dropped by the catcher, but no advancement by the runner, so it is now 2-2.
Byers is still delivering some relatively reliable catching, but
The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him.
that's
So
the inning.
George Ranch keeps the lead down to 7. And now we head to the top of the 7th inning. Let's see if Jesuit can close it out.
base.
Welcome back to the top of the 7. This is a very important inning as the Crusaders can win in this one if they hold them to 6. They just need to hold them to 6. If we have a pitching change, Lorenz threw 105 pitches over 6 innings and has been subbed out for Joey Ushel, number 21.
Yep, 3 outs away from adding one into the win column. Here comes Ushold, close it out as he throws a ball here, and it's now 1-0.
This would be here's the closer we were talking about earlier. Lorenz took them away.
Oh no, catches the corner, 1-1. So now 1-1 here for Ushold, looking to get himself
Ice the game.
some advantage points here as he steps off the mound for a second.
There's a lot of pitchers who have stayed in the MLB a couple more years just because of their mentalities, because they're able to go in a game regardless of the circumstances and just take it home.
Ball outside, that'll be 2-1.
There's a friendly neighborhood ump giving us the count. Every time there's the third one, so either 2-1 or 1-2, and that's a
Fouled off, make it 2-2. Ushold looking good so far. The first few pitches he's thrown.
2-2 count's never a bad thing.
Pitch fouled off.
Lands on top of the Crusader dugout.
Barely got a piece of that.
Nicked it.
So now 2-2 count still. Here comes the pitch by Ushold. Inside, did not catch the corner, and that fills up the count. 3-2.
Mr. Batter had to, do a little step back. Didn't want to get hit by the absolute heat Joey was throwing.
The pitch. Swing! And he clipped it. Barely. He stays alive, and it remains 3-2.
Whew. If he had missed that one there, then he's walking back to the dugout. It's a full count here still. And this will be an interesting one.
Full count. Here comes the pitch. Inside for ball 4. And George Ranch's comeback hopes stay alive.
Right here, the Crusaders know they can play conservative. They won't give him anything that they can hit a great line drive off of. They have a big lead here. They aren't going to give him something to build their own lead. They're fine with 3 runs. Obviously, you would prefer not, but 3 runs, you're still winning the game.
So now, Ushold with a man at first. No outs. Just looking to hold off George Ranch.
Here's Collier, the pitcher.
Popped up high and foul out of play. 0-1.
That one went to the spike ball fields. So I think that went to the bullpen. Now they don't even need to go get a new ball. Just went straight to him.
Pitch. That is smacked into the gap. That's going to be an extra base hit. Let's see if the runner from first can score. He's rounding third. He will. The runner is heading to third now. And a triple. They're going to try and send him around, but he holds up.
That was almost an in-park home run, and regardless, that's a triple. Like you said, run on first, got all the way home.
So now, George Ranch finally gets on the board here in the top of the 7th. Last chance, but they're going to try their best to make as much of a comeback as they can. It's now 1-7. And Ushold looking a little bit rocky out of the pen, but he's still got a lot of breathing room. So now a runner at third here for George Ranch. Here comes the pitch. And that will be called a strike, 0-1.
Oh, we have Jack Houston. Love the last name. Surprise, surprise. He is
The pitch. High and away. Oh, sorry, high and in for ball 1. 1-1 now. Ushold. Pressure at third base. Here comes the pitch. That will be called a ball. 2-1.
Now this is exactly what the Crusaders wanted to avoid, was give him a deep ball to hit. And right now they want to just fill up the count and just, have as many 2-2, 3-2 counts as they can and get him out early.
Outside, that makes it 3-1. Hitter has a good advantage count here. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Fills up the count now.
That was a quick fill. No foul balls. I don't think. Probably remember getting one, but right here, here's a great opportunity for an out or for the Longhorns to get 2 on base, and that's what happens.
A walk there puts a runner at first, so now runners at third and first. Ushold still looking for his first out of the inning.
Ushold getting in his own head. This is now the 4th guy on deck who's gone up against him, and he's yet to have an out. He has 1 run, triple, and a walk so far. Well, a walk, triple, walk. It's the results of his last couple. He's had 2 strikes, I think, count for all of them. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to deliver the last strike for either.
Catcher and pitcher exchanging some words, making sure they're on the same page. Now Ushold. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him there. Now it's 0-1. Pressure both sides of the baseball diamond. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
That's how you get your confidence back up. That's how you go and win a game. Just right here, he knows that he needs to come in and...
That ball is a little bit outside, 1-2.
Batter knows that he needs to come in here and keep the game alive, but he needs to swing at whatever he can, and right now that's been killing him.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Ushold, his first strikeout of the night. That's the first out of the inning, and he's now a pitch away from closing it out.
Next up for George Ranch is number 8.
But yeah.
So
They're
now-
able to... They could get a double play here. They could get a fly out and then a strikeout. Whatever combination, but...
The pitch. That will be called strike 1. Ushold starting
Throwing heat.
to get his confidence back. Here now against the leadoff hitter for George Ranch. The pitch. Fouled back.
Thought that was
And now
going to
0-2.
us.
It's now 0-2.
This would
Men
be...
at first and third.
Just think 3 strikes would be phenomenal. Get it a 2-out game. Top of the 7th. Love to
Pitch.
see it.
Outside for ball 1.
Try to get him to swing for that. Once again, unfortunately it happened with Collier, but you don't want to let up a big one like down the gap like what did happen. So unfortunately.
The pitch is a little bit low to 2-2.
Yeah, did some error on that one. I think that could have been almost game.
So now 2-2. Ushold. The pitch. Fouled back again, and it remains 2-2.
Now that one was really going fast. Really thankful for this net.
I'm
Well,
going to rob you for your nickels.
That's a 2-2 count. He has to get a strike in here soon. If he wastes a 0-2 count here,
Inside, fills up the count.
that's a 3-2 count. That is not what you want to see as a pitcher. 3 straight balls, mix in a couple fouls, and now you're sitting at a full count. Could get to almost bases loaded if you throw him a ball here.
That is going to catch the corner. Another strikeout. So now,
That is huge. If I thought that was a ball personally, because I could not see it very well. So body's in the way, and so
Next up is
if that was a ball, nice little home run makes it a 7-4 game. Or 7-5 game, sorry. They have a run.
but a good strikeout there by Ushold. His second strikeout in a row. Now 2 outs here, and is an out away from closing it out. The pitch. Fouled off. Out of play.
1 fly out away from walking home with a victory.
0-1 now. Runners still at first and third.
Been a hard-fought game by both sides, but
Yes, definitely.
we've seen a lot of great plays and
The runner takes off for second, but no throw. So now runners at second and third, but it's an 0-2 count. A strike away from closing this game out.
This would be huge. This one.
Comes the
Everyone
pitch
dreams
by
of.
Ushold. Popped up and fielded cleanly by the shortstop. Throw is in time. Oh no! But it was not fielded cleanly by the first baseman.
Collier gets home.
And the game continues. It is now 2-7 here in the top of the 7th inning.
That's unfortunate they got a second run in there. But
That was number 3, the shortstop for Jesuit. Hasn't had his best defensive performance today, but it's still all good. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off, out of play again, 0-1.
now it's a runner on first, runner on third. 7-2. 0-1 count. 2 outs.
Here comes
8:38 p.m.
the pitch. Inside, doesn't hit the batter, so it'll be 1-1.
Raise the hem of the shirt. Very close to icing
Pitch.
this game here.
Fouled away, out of play yet again. So now 1-2. 2 outs. There's at first and third. 5-run game.
One strike here, just straight fastball down the middle wins it.
Here comes the pitch. That is called a ball, and that'll make it 2-2.
Oof. Making it a close game.
Ushold. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Tap to second. This should be it. The throw to first. Got him. Strike Jesuit closes it out. And they take the victory over George Ranch. A hard-fought win, 7-2.
What a
Great performances by Lorenz, sorry. And New Pulp and overall the team. Love to see a great win like this.
absolutely. This was a thriller to watch, and very glad that you were here with us. Thanks for sticking by my side, John.
Yes, you too, Eli. Thank you to all of you who tuned in. Glad to see you here. And make sure to tune in for the next one. I want to thank everyone on the crew. I want to thank Luke Turdowski for helping us produce. I want to thank Mr. Pep. I want to thank, again, you all for watching. And we will see you all next time. Thank you.